Hi folks, this is Jack Spirigo with another Survival Podcast YouTube video. Today we're continuing on with the long-term storage bucket project, and we're going to do two things today. We're going to do kind of an update on just some of the items we've already included in the video. Remember, this is part 4. There's been part 1A, 1B, 2, 3A, and 3B so far. So if you're just tuning into this project for the first time, you may want to watch those other videos first. What we're doing is we're filling up 2 5-gallon buckets, and then eventually we're going to be adding a Rubbermaid storage bin with some other items that don't require this type of treatment, or maybe are going to get used more frequently and are not part of that extreme long-term storage that we're creating here. So what I want to do today is go over 3 new items. We'll continue the running totals on the nutrient value of each of them, and how that works out and how long we're actually created sustainability now for. Remember, this is a phased project. It's going to get bigger and bigger over time. But first I want to do is kind of update you. My bucket's now pretty close to full with all the items. In fact, it's a little bit over full. So we're going into filling up the second bucket now. So we're going to have to start really thinking about the last things that we're putting in. I don't know if it'll be 1 more video before we're down to the last stuff, or 2 more videos. But I did want to catch you up on some of the stuff we've stored. Remember, this was 2 pounds of dehydrated peas. And what we've done here is 2 pounds of frozen peas that we've dehydrated, vacuum sealed with O2 absorbers. This is our 2 packages of elbow macaroni that we included earlier, again packed with O2 absorbers. This is 2 pounds of lentils. As you can see, when you vacuum seal them, they're a lot not only just protected more, but they're going to pack better into your bucket for space. Remember, this was 2 huge bags, over 4 pounds of corn. And this is what we're down to now in a dehydrated state. This was all done with the Excalibur, and then I vacuum sealed them, and they all have a 100 cc O2 absorber within them. And then this is 1 of the bags of rice. We actually got 3 bags of rice about this size out of that big box of minute rice, and again, O2 absorbers with the rice. So just to kind of give you an idea of how things are looking as we're putting them together, by the end where we're sealing up the buckets and packing them with Mylar and additional O2 absorbers and all that good stuff, we'll be going through doing still photos with everything laid out so you can see the total amount of food that's actually, and as you can see, the bucket is now over full. So we're going to have to move on to the second bucket. Now moving on, what are we going to be adding today? I'll kind of push that out of the way. 3 new items. First one is actually one of my favorites, Quaker Oats. I like oatmeal. I like it as a cereal. I like to cook with it. I like to make oatmeal cookies. I like to mix a cup of oats into beer bread. That's a really cool thing to do. Make sure you check out my video on beer bread if you haven't done that yet. But oats is just a very versatile thing. It's got some fat in it. And remember, we've been a little bit short on our fat requirements. We're going to catch up a little bit here. And what do we have out of the oats? Well, this is a 42-ounce box of Quaker Quick Oats, $5.49 at the grocery store. For that, we get 30 servings. Each serving has 150 calories, 25 are from fat. The nutritional breakdown is as follows. 800, and this is a total value, so each serving is 27. I'll give you the totals instead of going through them one at a time. 810 grams of carbohydrates in the whole box, 150 grams of protein in the whole box, and 90 grams of fat in the whole box. So this will all get broken up into a couple packs, vacuum sealed, and be ready to go off in the bucket by the time we come back. Next up are Ronzoni Healthy Harvest Whole Wheat Egg Noodles. I am actually a really, sorry about the crinkling there, but they make noise. I am actually a really big fan of this product right here. These taste great, and they bring whole grain into your pasta storage. They also bring a little bit of fat because they are egg noodles, not a tremendous amount, but it starts to bring in some more balance. And they have quite a bit of protein since they haven't had the good part of the wheat taken away to make them bleached white. So what do we get out of them? Well, we have 2 packages here. So the information I'm giving you is for 2 packages. We get 12 servings at 180 calories apiece for 2,160 total calories. So basically you can feed 1 person for a day. It wouldn't be very exciting, but this could be a day's rations easily. In fact, you'd probably get tired of eating it. Set us back $3.78 or $1.89 a piece. Carbohydrates, 492 total carbohydrates, 96 grams of protein, and 12 grams of fat. So not a tremendous amount of fat, but a little bit starting to help with that deficiency. And remember, as we add the Rubbermaid bin, we're going to be adding things that are really going to take that issue altogether away. Next one, Bisquick. I'm a huge fan of Bisquick and other baking and pancake style mixes like those. I don't eat this a lot. That's why I'm really going to put this into long-term storage. I think that pancakes put a few X's on the t-shirt size pretty quick if you eat them too often, and I've been trying to cut those down. But for a high carbohydrate, high caloric value, long-term storable food, these are great. The expiration date on this, left in this box just the way it is a year. When we vacuum seal it, this is no problem with a 5-year storage life, especially vacuum sealed O2 absorbers. Then inside Mylar with O2, you get the whole picture. But what do we get out of this? Very calorically dense, 42 servings in this box. And this is without adding milk and eggs. We'll talk about that in a second. 42 servings at 160 calories a serving, 6,720 calories to this box. That means a person, if they absolutely had to, it would suck. But a human being could live 3 or more days on this box alone. Again, it would suck, but we're blending it with, that's why we have the variety, right? Set us back $5.89. I probably got a terrible deal on Bisquick, but I was just in the store and I'm doing this project as it rolls to make it realistic for you guys. Carbohydrates, 1,092 in the whole box, 126 grams of protein, and this is going to help our fat intake. Now, it's a bad fat for you, really. It's partially hydrogenated fat, but it stores well in this type of environment. And that gives us 189 grams of fat. So that's going to start to take up a little bit of our fat deficiency. And in a survival situation, we need some of that. This can be used in so many different ways. When we get done with this project, the next phase is I'm going to start going through and using some of these items to cook with and show you some of the meals that you can prepare with them.